Meet the Mathewsons. They're a dynasty of dealers
It drives really well.
with a love of classics.
It's only condensation.
In Thornton-le-Dale, gateway to the North York Moors, they auction over 2,000 rare vehicles every year.
42,000, the red E-Type, the stunning car.
All walks of life. The cars fetch people together.
I'm ecstatic.
Head of the family, Derek.
It's got to be the best job ever, isn't it? We're sort of living a dream.
Trusted lieutenants, sons Paul
Not everybody's cup of tea.
and Dave.
There's Dad's way, and there's Dad's way.
Keeping them all in check and dealing with the punters, Sarah.
Somebody could ring today with some fabulous vehicle that's been sat in a barn for 50 years. You have no clue.
It's the chase, it's finding it. So you get up every morning thinking, what am I going to find today?
This is a family's love affair with cars that have lived a life.
Someone's cherished a car and loved it, and I think it's just great. I think it's absolutely superb.
A passion that can be turned into brass. On sale this week.
Sunbeam Lotus.
Closer you get, worse it is, unfortunately.
You want a bit of weekend work, as you can see, but it won't take most of you long to do that. Coventry Climax trailer pump. They were quite an important piece of machinery in the Second World War. Walk steady. Be no good us going to a fire, would it? 1966 Morris Minor convertible. Beautiful car. If that turned up on a transporter outside my house, I would be highly delighted. Well, no, he's not strict enough. It's enough
If you
with the
want to
women.
see strict, I can do strict.
Yeah.
Bend over.
It's the start of another busy day at Mathewsons.
Throw the number plates in the bin. Sell it again. Job done.
Derek's catching up with admin.
I'll just do this email for you, Joe.
I didn't realise you did emails with a pen, Derek.
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah.
Dave's got a treat in store, collecting a car similar to the one he drove at 14.
You remember with great fondness, don't you?
It's put everyone in nostalgic mood.
I was driving at 8. I was still at school and a Jeep CJ7 came in here. It didn't run, didn't look pretty, wasn't nice.
My first car was my dad's A55 Cambridge Mark 1, 1958, and cracking car. If I could buy it back today, I'd pull up the stops and buy it back, no question at all.
Jake the Mini. There's me, 20 years old. That's cool. Okay?
Dave pimped an 80s shopper car to look like a rally-inspired high-performance machine.
Talbot Sunbeam 1.3. I took the 1.6 engine out of the Avenger and popped it in the Sunbeam.
Today, he's off to collect the real thing.
Ripper this morning, Talbot Sunbeam Lotus, which has been resting outside the guy's back door for something like 29 years.
In its day, the Sunbeam Lotus would leave everything but supercars standing. Farmer and current owner Simon Leroyd was brave enough to take it on.
Is it a bit of a scary car then? Oh, very, yeah. Yeah. I've lost the back end at over 70 coming out of the corner.
Unfortunately, though, Simon's rare Lotus has seen better days.
Saw it in the Motor News. That would be 86. Must have been in my mid-20s then.
This tired specimen is actually an Avon Sunbeam Lotus. Only 56 were made by the specialist coach builder. It's the rarest of the rare.
I think I've only done about 14,000 in it since it came. And then it wouldn't go. I think the fuel pump had stuck. So you think, oh, I'll look at that next week. And then time goes by and next thing it's run out of tests and somehow 29 years has gone by. Just been left in the yard all that time, which is terrible. Parked right in the back door, right in Mother's way. Much to her mind's.
And Simon's mother has been really looking forward to Dave arriving.
Hiya.
Morning, mate. You okay?
Yep, good to see you again.
Good job. Well, there's a bit of all sorts up here, Simon, isn't there?
Oh, everything.
Yeah, one of everything.
Yep.
Including restoration gold. Possibly the last unused Sunbeam Lotus body shell in existence.
Fab, that, isn't it? So, what was the story behind the shell then?
Job lot. It was a damaged car on shell, and that was down in Wales.
And this was all 30 odd
3 years ago, I think.
I came back, put it in here, and that was that.
Yep.
Just about. Fab. Shall I have a look at the car?
Yeah.
How long have you been here then?
52 years now.
Have you? Oh, and there she is.
And that's it. Closer you get, worse it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Woohoo! The chassis is actually better than I thought it was. Partly because I reinforced it
Did you?
when we repaired it.
Got the bonnet catch?
Don't have to bother with the bonnet catch. 2-part bonnet,
Yeah, 2-part bonnet, yeah.
2.2 litre engine, 41,000.
Is that what she's done?
Yep. Obviously you want stripping before you dare
Oh,
start it.
God, yeah. This takes me right back. Yeah, 1989, the year I passed my driving test. Yeah. And I had one of these. Not a Lotus, unfortunately,
Oh,
but
right,
a Sunbeam. Yeah. Put tarmac arches on,
Yep.
caged, couple of bucket seats. So yeah, fond memories of my Sunbeam.
The Sunbeam Lotus was born in 1979, the love child of Chrysler, Peugeot and Talbot. But its beating heart was a 2.2 litre Lotus twin cam. All that power pushing a lightweight hatchback. In the hands of fast Finn Henry Toivonen, it beat off the Audis and the Fords, and for a short while was top of the world. The upstart won the heart of every rally enthusiast. And if you wanted to do the shopping quick in Chelsea, this was the car of choice.
Right then.
The car may not be in great condition, but the frame that Simon's made to stop it falling apart in transit is a work of art.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm impressed, mate, yeah.
So, 2 bits carry the back axle.
Yeah.
That goes there somewhere and carries the front.
Yeah.
We just pick it up.
If I was a betting man, I bet you have to pick that up just this side of those 2 tubes, you know.
The gearbox is actually light on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be all right, yeah. Down a bit, mate, down a bit. Yep. Yep. You there?
Right, moment of truth. Tail heavy.
I told you. I lifted loads of these though, so I knew for a fact that the forks, your front fork wants to be where that seam is, and then they lift up about level then. Yeah. But we'll get there nice and steady. That's it. Yeah, we're now up. Just up a little bit, Simon. Yeah. Oh, spot on, they're down at that. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, that's fab. I've been and picked up all sorts from all sorts of people, but that was extremely straightforward and well planned and well executed. Brilliant.
So good, in fact, that the lightweight body shell will need twice the number of people to get it on the trailer.
So, to say when?
Ready?
Simon's brother Mark and his mate Graham have arrived to help.
Oh, they're knocking over anyway then.
Yeah. Right. This might not get trapped there, Jeep. Fancy you that. Oh, relax.
That'll do. Brilliant. Well done, guys. Thanks ever so much. Super duper.
It should have gone ages ago. You can only do so much. We've done lots of farming and other things. This took a very second seat. So off it goes to a new home, we hope.
I think Simon was planning to put this carpet inside, actually, Dave.
Yeah, he's just pinched it out the sitting room this morning.
No, it's probably
Mother doesn't know yet.
Might not even mind, but it doesn't matter.
The good news, Miss Mother, the car's gone. The bad news is we've got a big gap in the sitting room carpet. Okay, thanks Simon, I'll get on.
Yeah.
See you a bit later. I think if you parked it outside our place and stood there with a clipboard for a week, I think you'd get values from 2 to 25,000, I would think. If it was anything other than what it is, you know, if it was a normal Sunbeam, unfortunately you wouldn't have bothered trying to salvage it. But because of what it is, obviously it's a Lotus, and obviously, you know, the twist in the story is in the barn, thank God, is a new shell. So it's just really a Meccano set now. It's a case of just swapping everything from that one onto that one. You know, not quite as straightforward as that. Obviously, you've got to recommission bits.
And is that shell a rare thing?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. It'll either go to somebody who's already got lots of nice bits, or it will go to somebody who's going to use most of that. You know, but whichever way, you know, there's going to be another one saved.
There's no end of classics from yesteryear on offer in the next auction. Simple, understandable, pre-digital engineering. But in the office, it's a different story.
Oh, it's useless. I'm telling you now, can't get on with it.
Vehicles are advertised on a website. It's a step too far for some potential customers.
Right, so if you go, you've found your search box at the top, yeah, and press return. Right, at the end of your row of keys, you've got your QWERTY keyboard, ends with P. There's a really big key at the side. Yeah, you found it. No problem.
Derek's had enough. It may be late, but he's off on the hunt for a pristine, highly sought-after classic.
Well, here we are, late as usual, to go down to North Lincolnshire on the coast. We're going to the seaside. We're going to pick up a Mathewson convertible. So I'm looking forward to that.
Also on the list, a rare and auction-ready Second World War fire pump.
It's got a Coventry Climax engine, which a lot of them had, which is basically a Hillman imp engine. They were towed around in the Second World War, just, you know, behind any vehicle. Taxis used to tow them to put out incendiary fires and such like. They were quite an important piece of machinery in the Second World War. Hello.
Hey there, 350.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Ta-da.
The 1966 Series 3 Morris Minor convertible, owned by Stephen Wilde, is for many collectors the pick of the bunch.
Trafalgar Blue.
But this one has had some 21st century refinements.
I put the 5-speed gearbox in it, but
Yeah.
it's got discs on the front, it's got servo, anti-roll bar.
So it's a good upgrade. A 5-speed gearbox makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does, because
Tremendous,
with the
isn't it?
standard gearbox, you
Yeah.
always think as though you want another gear.
Yeah, you do.
This was the first million-selling British car, and there are loads still running well.
Oh, lovely job, well done.
And Derek really likes this one.
Can you see? You had a nice paint job done, Stephen. Very bonny. A little bit of right hand, just a touch. Yep. Charming old car, aren't they? And you get a nice one, well sorted. I mean, with that 5-speed gearbox, that'd drive lovely, wouldn't it? But I've got a little pickup, so it drives like new, and they drive lovely. You know, when they're right, they drive lovely. Well, I'll let you get back to your Barbie.
All
Thanks
right.
for putting yourself out. Sorry I'm late.
No problem at all.
Nice to meet you, mate.
No problem.
Well, when I walked down the drive and I saw the back of the car, I'm out of jail, made the trip worthwhile. Beautiful car. If that turned up on a transporter outside my house, I would be highly delighted.
Next stop, the wartime fire pump that was put to good use in peacetime after a freak tidal surge.
The 1953 floods that devastated the East Coast all the way down to Canvey Island, Southend, down that way. Apparently this pump was used to discharge floodwater in one of the towns, so it's got a bit of history about it. Now then, Doug. All right, mate.
Owner Doug Hadley has researched this one's movements along the East Coast.
It was at Mablethorpe, and then they let Stephen have it, and then When the floods came, they fetched it back to pump the cellars out.
Did they really?
Yeah. There you are, look, there's
look at that.
instructions.
Wow. So it's a climax, this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all been done, everything, all the rock holes, everything's been done properly.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? You okay? I'm taking the weight off. Walk steady. Be no good us going to a fire, would it? Hey, at the other end of the village.
Doug is slightly more qualified than Derek, though.
I was in the fire service, retained here at Summercoats. It's the only fires.
Started plenty.
Derek thinks that this Lincolnshire fire pump is going to cause a lot of interest at the auction.
Nice ones like this, that's all nicely complete, everything's with it by the looks of things. It looks as though it would go to work tomorrow. If it were mine, I wouldn't sell it for less than £1,000.
The confusingly titled but very rare Talbot Sunbeam Lotus Avon is now ready for viewing, alongside the even more rare body shell. And, as if to rub salt in its rust, a perfect example of the Avon arrives at the garage. It's owned by Graham Lawton, chairman of the Sunbeam Lotus Owners Club.
Talbot created a hatchback shopping car that could out-accelerate a Ferrari. That was Mum's car with a James Bond engine to me, so it was brilliant. And I've had a Sunbeam Lotus in my life since I was 21. Oh, poor old girl, here she is. Crikey, she's suffered a bit with the weather, let's say. Avon Lotus Sunbeam, special edition, one of 56.
Have you ever seen one in this state?
I've never seen one in this state, no.
There are only 5 of these very limited editions left on the road.
Oh, crikey, that's rather nasty. Okay. Well, that looks good. The good thing about a Lotus engine of a similar type that's fitted to Lotus's own cars, the Esprit Eclair, parts are readily available.
The genuine Lotus shell and the Avon will be sold as a single lot. But a buyer might choose not to combine them into one car.
Now, hi Graham.
Hi Derek.
You've had a good look around it, and what's your opinion? What do you think?
It could potentially be restored.
Yeah.
You know, there will be a lot of work to it.
Yeah.
It depends who it is that wants it and what their capabilities are.
Yeah. You know, what's the end value of a really nice Lotus?
£25,000 plus.
Yeah.
But, you know, only recently a car from long ownership has sold for twice that.
Right. Be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It'll make a good auction.
I saw it on the website, so it's been on my mind ever since. I'm after a bike, and no one else will have one like that, will they?
I've spent about £400. Can't take it with you, can you? Got a chicken sew on as well. For my dad.
There you go, sir, all registered. Thank you.
It's our biggest ever auction. 280 vehicles. I honestly don't know where they've put them all.
As for the Sunbeam Lotus, the Mathewsons publicity machine has been in overdrive.
I've actually owned 67 Sunbeams. I've got a big passion for them.
Everybody knows about the car. It's all over social media, it's all over the clubs, it's all in the magazines. Other than getting it on News at 10, I don't think there's another way of making more people aware.
I used to compete on road rallies, stage rallies, still have my Talbot Sunbeam, and this is something very, very rare that we've got here at the moment.
So I'd love to take them home, but we'll wait and see what happens in the auction.
So he's going to have to bid against me as well.
I think there's plenty of people here ready to bid.
Yeah.
Sunbeam Lotus. They are purchased by the vendor back in 1986. Start me on it. She's a 1983. She wants a bit of weekend work, as you can see, but it won't take most of you long to do that. Start me. Where are you going to be? Come on, where? I've got 10, 5, 11, 5, 12, 5, 12,005, 13, 13,000 and away, 13,500, 13,500, you're outstanding. 13,500, I'm submitting. All you all done at 13,500, it's provisional only. 13,500 for the first, second, third and last time. 13,500 provisional.
Close to reserve, but not quite there. Owner Simon has a decision to make.
What would you like to do?
Right, okay. Well,
Asking for 14, I'll
We'll take it 13.5. Oh, I'm working for you, so I'll do whatever you wish. The top and bottom of it is whether you want to potentially lose the sale for 500 quid. That's the simplest way of putting it.
£207.20 altogether.
We'll take 13.5.
I'll give you 13.5 then. Job's a good one. Good one. Thank you very much.
Right.
You'll receive a cheque in due course.
13,500 it is. The phone buyer from the south coast was Robert Oates, keen to win after a tip-off from club chairman Graham.
Hi Robert. Hello mate. So you bought the car. I'm stood with it here with its former owner Simon, would you believe? We posted up on our club Facebook page some photos of the car. He seemed really keen, and the next thing I know he's booked in to bid by phone for it. So, and he bought it.
Right you are. I'll put you back onto Graham. Thank you. He was saying where it was first registered, which was down in Surrey, which is interesting. So I bought it from Wales. Good to see it moving around. It'd be even better to see it moving properly. Happy for the new owner. He's been looking for a long time for one. Hopefully when he sees it in the flesh, because he hasn't seen it yet, he'll still like it.
It's the day after the busiest auction Mathewsons have ever had.
I reckon that's a right cool car, that.
But Derek doesn't seem to be putting his feet up.
Oh, that's a lovely car. That is a well-sorted car, that. I know it's not quite your cup of tea, but that's a nice sign, that.
Nice sign, isn't it? Yeah.
That is a nice sign, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a keeping car, not a selling car.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference. It's like eating sardines and selling sardines, you know.
Sundays are important for business. Deals are done on unsold cars.
That green one's the best one.
We'll have a look at it.
Yeah, that's a cracking car.
You must have realised I was coming, so you've hidden it to get me to look at this green one.
How you doing, Jeff? All right?
Right, we're on our way.
Okay, fellas, good to see you. Hi. I never like to miss a call. You never know what it is, do you, really? Hello, it's Mathewsons. Missed your call. Sorry, couldn't get to it. Okay, thanks for the call. Bye-bye. Lady in Scotland bringing husband down for a birthday celebration, tying it in with the auction.
Oh, must have a cake, mate.
Yeah, we better get him a cake, haven't we? Yeah, nice, wasn't it? The 7-day-a-week thing, yeah, it's just normal. Hello. Hi. You know, at times it can make you sweat, you know, polishing and shifting stuff about and all the rest of it, but it's not hard work, really, is it? Be careful going back, fellas. When you get to a certain age in life, it just becomes the norm, and it don't seem any different to me. You just get up and go to work, don't you? And now I find I've been doing it so long that no one hardly ever says anything now. Never do. The kids all know it and accept it. So Sue's accepted it long ago. She knew what she was getting into. She knew what she was marrying. But as I get a bit older, I might have a bit more time off, maybe. I'm sure I will. People think that it's money, but it ain't. It ain't money. Yeah, it's nice to be comfortable. I've been skint and I've been wealthy. And I know which one I prefer. It's just I like what I'm doing and it's good fun. Whew, rotten job. People said to me, why don't you retire? That'd be dreadful, wouldn't it? Fancy retiring. You know, I don't mind what I do. That's the thing, isn't it? If you're sort of reasonably okay with what you do, it's not an effort, you know. But no, certainly don't want to stop, that's for sure.
Wouldn't you rather be at home in the garden with the beer on a Sunday?
No, I would not. I couldn't think of anything worse.
Derek can usually rely on Bubbles tipping up to help out.
Well, yeah.
I thought, there's a cup of tea at Thorntondale, I'll come down to the garage. Gradually came to help him on a Sunday because I like doing it. And then now I do 1 day a week, cleaning cars, and I just like being here. I'm like a little boy in a sweet shop.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, fella.
Really enjoyed that.
Thank you very much. Cheers, fella.
When was the last time you had a week off?
Oh dear, I can't remember. Be a long time ago. Tenerife. Shan't be going back there. I would like to go to America at one stage, but I've come to the conclusion the place is full of lunatics. I didn't know I was a gardener as well, didn't you? Horticulturalist. Look at all this. I know absolutely nothing, not a thing about these things. Only plant I know is geranium. I only know them because my dad used to buy them. Try and bring them back to life. As it's school holidays, I will get some time off, and not long, we'll have a day off, or most of a day anyway, and the grandkids and myself will go up the coast. Very fortunate to have all the family around me. That's where I'm more than fortunate than ever. What more do you want? Cracked it enough?
Monday brings a new batch of potential buyers eyeing up the merchandise. And as office manager, Sarah has been giving a lecture about the youth of today.
Yeah, because I'm sick of it. Constantly, old Jeff and me, on a Sunday, we go around everyone, take all the fingerprints off.
I'm not quite sure why he's pointing this at me.
Monday. But more.
I am actually on your side,
Good.
and I've been saying it for months. We shouldn't have any under 16s on site.
In the meantime, we'd get Lucy or someone to knock us out some more signs. You know, I want signs on everyone. Do not touch these vehicles. Don't care what you put. We're sick and tired of polishing them after you put your fingerprints on them. Do not touch them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do as many signs as you want.
That's lovely of you. Thanks ever
The
so
thing
much.
is, when people are on their holidays, they don't bloody read.
Can't leave the spot for one day.
Well, I think you'll find that this isn't my domain up here, Derek. I think you'll find that little office down there is where I belong. You need to be speaking to this guy.
Bubbles?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's not strict enough. That's trouble. His trouble. He's not strict enough.
If you want to see strict, I can do strict. Bend over.
The Lincolnshire fire pump is going into the next auction. It's Derek's kind of machine.
Coventry Climax, a lovely little engine. Got a little side valve engine in there, copied from the little Morris Minor side valve engine. And the novelty thing is a pyrene fire extinguisher, which it carried and sat in there. So that all sits in there, and we've even got the bucket, proper fire bucket there, that they used to carry, of course, full of sand. That would be full of sand. And there's where you swing it, as you can see. That's your starting handle, if you like. You'd just find a water source. It didn't have to be a pressurised hydrant, apparently. It sucked and blowed. So it would suck it out of a pond, a stream, or in London's case, very often the Thames. This is a proper piece of history. And I think everyone should have a fire pump. I think any serious car collector with a nice shed with 15 or 20 cars in or whatever like that, don't care what cars you've got in there, they'd be Maseratis, Ferraris, Bentleys or whatever. If this stood in the corner when you went in, everyone would talk about that pump. Everyone. In fact, the guy that buys this won't know that he wants it until he gets here. And then when he sees it, he'll want it. It's as simple as that.
As the crowds gather for auction day, there's proof that all is not lost for the next generation.
Well, we've already got one classic car and we're looking at a little bit of a project that we can work on with the kids. Something small, a couple of minis that we're looking at.
We love like fixing things and making like things new.
We do.
Like new.
We've got our own little man cave workshop at home.
There's enthusiasm for some bits of auto memorabilia.
Bought with permission from my wife. There's a lot of people bidding on it, actually.
I mean, look, on that dressing table, there's tiny little candles and it's the best doll's house ever, isn't it?
But scepticism for others.
Michelin advert clock, highly desirable. I suspect copies. They're too posh to be in a garage, but they look very good.
And the fire pump appealing to the converted.
I have what's called an Austin K2 fire engine, which pulls one of these. My wife doesn't know, but I'm looking for another fire engine, so I need another trailer pump.
1953 Coventry Climax trailer pump. Start me on it. Where are we going to be? No reserve. Where? 1,000, 11, 1,200 pound, 1,200, 1,200 pound and going. 13, 14, 1,400 pound there. 1,400 in the seats going. 1,400 pound G the bidder. 1,400. Always wanted to be a fireman, didn't you? 1,400 pound and away and going is the 15. Be sharp. 1,400 pound last time looking around. 1,400. 14.
Graham Martin, the lucky bidder. He is a man possessed when it comes to collecting classics. His favourite, a 1960 Ford Zodiac.
Everybody thinks I was mad because I sold a Jag for a Zodiac. Well, you'll never buy it, neither will anybody else. The Zodiac is my baby. It'll always be my baby and it'll go nowhere. Everything about it just screams class. Everybody loves it. I do 1 or 2 odd weddings with it. Yeah, I just absolutely love the car.
Along with his brother David, Graham has built up a great collection of vehicles in a short space of time.
About 6 years ago we started to collect properly. And I guess at the moment we've got 50 cars, a wagon, 3 tractors, and about 130 motorbikes. If it's anything to do with motoring, we'll have it.
A few years ago, they were so excited by this 1976 Volvo, they got in it and didn't stop driving.
It lands into John O'Groats through woods and all sorts. It didn't just land into John O'Groats up a motorway. We set off and all we wanted to do was get from one end to the other. But we ended up with a 3rd in class and got a nice trophy and everything for it. So.
The wives think we're balmy. My wife, she's a bit more understanding than David's. David thinks he's off his head. But there you go, it's our life. It's what we love, it's what we enjoy.
Graham and David have bought many of their vehicles from Derek, but at the last auction, they nearly went home empty-handed.
There was nothing car-wise or motorbike-wise that we could really say yes to. So we were looking around and I said, "Bye, that's a cute little thing." David says, "I love that."
Think that's looking any better, fat boy?
I think it's looking a lot better.
Like all machines in their collection, the Coventry Climax fire pump will be restored and then put to good use.
I want to get it up and running.
There's a river down here. I'll maybe take it down to the river and just see how hard it does pump.
So really, it's just got to be a show thing, but it's something you don't see at shows.
It's lovely and mechanical, or the brass. It's a lovely thing.
British history. We love British history.
Now fully polished, the 1966 Morris Minor convertible is auction ready. There are good ones and bad ones, and Derek can spot the difference.
Most factory ones, doors don't fit very well. They catch on the pillars and such like, where they have actually gone a bit and flexed a bit like that. But look at this, door fits perfectly. Beautiful car, really, really nice. Instead of paying Joe Bloggs down the road 650 quid all in, paint materials and everything for a repaint on his Morris 1000, he spent $3.5 grand on a proper job for his Morris 1000. He's wound up with an absolutely superb Morris that you're proud of. Wherever you go, it's going to be admired, shows and such like. It's retained its value because of the quality of the paint job, and now the proof of the pudding is going to be when it makes the money under the hammer, because it will. The car's worth £10,000 of anybody's money. You can't even begin to buy a good one, a sound one, and then upgrade it to this level, repaint it to this level, present it in this level for anything like 10,000 quid. That is an absolute bargain for 10,000 quid. Morris Minor convertible, fine car, picked it up myself, cracking car, all the right upgrades, 5-speed gearbox, disc brakes, power brakes, everything, lovely, beautiful car. Lot number 243, start me on it, no reserve, where are we going to go? 5, 6, 6,500, 6,500, going then 6,500, 7,000 pounds, selling then 7,500, on the right 7,500, proper cars always sell, 7,500, 8,000, 8,500, 8,500 on the right, going then 8,500 on the right and selling 8,500, 8,500 done, 8,500 on the right, 9,000, 9,250, 9,250, gentlemen here, 9,250, 9,250 and selling on my right, thanks very much. Last time looking round, 9,250, 9,250, told you, proper cars.
Steve Greenwell from Leicestershire nabs the Moggy convertible. Derek's 10 grand estimate, almost spot on.
Yeah, I just saw it in the auction, liked the condition, and I thought, why not?
It will soon be joining a nice bunch of well-bred stablemates.
A 1957 Chevy Bel Air Beetle, a couple of Mercedes, Ferrari.
After the busiest auction ever, nobody could move for cars. Paul needed to get the Sunbeam Lotus out of the yard for collection.
There's some sort of a transporter coming for these two. Sadly, the forklift is round the back. If the red Alpha gets pushed in that gap, then the Moggy will go down to the silver Merc. The BM will then go down behind it. The Merc will go down behind the BM. The white MGB will come forward. And then, I'm not doing so bad then.
Did you ever play Tetris as a kid?
No, but I should have, shouldn't I?
Paul's got nearer to the prize, but then a non-starting Alpha.
Look, we've got some muscle, John. Hey! I didn't tell you. What she said.
Come on, John.
Can you remember what the outside's like, Sarah? Have you been out for a while?
My skin's starting to peel off now it's hit the sun. Is this the Veloce?
Capote.
But eventually the neglected Icon, with its rally pedigree, is on its way to a new home and some major surgery. After all the faffing around, Paul's decided he and wife Angie should spend a few hours in Scarborough with the kids. But there are no buckets and spades on board. Downtime with any of the Mathewsons usually involves an engine.
So we'll get there, and I think you should just do it. I think you should. Don't you think, Mum? What? Your legs should just go jelly.
7-year-old Kate has a point, though. This evening's event is designed to be challenging.
It's trials night. We look forward to trials night. We try and come every week and have a practice. We do manage most weeks. But 6 nights a year through the summer, they do a Wednesday night series, which is really for the kids.
This one's only just turned 4.
They encourage the youngsters to come and have a go. Hence Kate on a little peewee, it's her first one. Come on, young man. Oh, don't lose your britches. Not too sure how she's going to get on. She might have had an hour on it. Maybe she won't have had 2 anyway.
Kate has a 50cc beginner's bike. Charlie, a 125 gas. He's been coming here for 5 years. Trials biking is a technical precision sport, and some of the greatest riders of all time have been from Yorkshire.
You have 7 sections that you have to do 3 times. If you put your foot down, that's a point. So the less points you get, the better you do.
Angie's really nervous. Can you not see? Watching her. I just let her get on with it, yeah. The best way of learning is to fall off, isn't it? You know, we've all been there, we've all done it. Hopefully she'll fall in love with the motorbikes and forget about the donkeys or the horses, you know. She's got this thing about a pony. Ooh. So with a little bit of luck, we'll steer her into the motorbikes, yeah. You haven't got to muck them out, have you? And feed them and look after them every day. You know, you go home tonight, you wash them off, you put them in the shed, lock them up, and that's it till next time, isn't it? A successful evening. She's done really well, bless her. Brilliant. Yeah, chuffed.
New owner Robert Oates's fragile Sunbeam Lotus has arrived at his restorer's garage.
I already own a Lotus Sunbeam with a body shell that's probably as rusty as the Avon. The decision was to buy the body shell and then we could decide whether to renovate either the standard Series 2 or the Avon. At the end of the day, now we've got the Avon back here, even though it's in a very, very sorry state, we're going to make an Avon again.
Garage owner and renovator Simon White has worked with Robert before.
Try to retain what you can on there. All mechanical parts will be stripped, inspected. If it's serviceable, they will carry on. If it's not serviceable, it'll be refurbished. The newness is worn off of it.
Yeah, hang on. If we can open it, it's a bit rusty. Oh, hang on, it's falling off. That's the trim of it. A velour interior of 80s period. Avon took off the original material and recovered it in this blue velour.
It's very nice. It's still got the original steering wheel on, which hasn't been robbed off.
No.
Period stereo in there as well.
Yes, it is. Yes. It looks sad, but it's got the potential, hasn't it?
It won't be ready for Monday.
No, okay, all right. Hold on.
The engine will be stripped down, the cylinder head will come off, the bores will be measured, making sure there's no damage in there. You never know if you've had water ingress. It's not a basket case where somebody started to restore it and lost half the bits and pieces for it. Pretty much the car is all complete, and you'll be able to get the car, when it goes back into the new body shell, pretty much as original as everything was with it.
Buying it unseen, absolute madness.
I agree, but the lads are very motivated, very enthusiastic.
It's another harebrained scheme, and I don't think his wife will be talking to him for a week or two after this.